Picard's greatest Star Trek. The Next Generation episode changed Jean-Luc for the better. Captain Jean-Luc Picard is one of the most iconic characters in the Star Trek universe, a leader known for his intellect, diplomacy, and unshakable principles. Across 7 seasons of Star Trek, The Next Generation, Patrick Stewart imbued Picard with layers of humanity and strength. Yet, among all his missions and battles, no episode shaped Picard more profoundly or permanently as The Inner Light. Widely regarded as The Next Generation's greatest episode, this poignant Season 5 story didn't just challenge Picard. It fundamentally changed him, forever enriching the man behind the Starfleet uniform. A life lived in minutes. In The Inner Light, the USS Enterprise encounters an alien probe that renders Picard unconscious. While mere minutes pass in the real world, Picard lives decades in a simulated reality on the now extinct planet Catan. As Cameron, a humble iron weaver, Picard slowly adapts to a quiet village life with a wife, children, and eventually grandchildren. He learns to play the flute, grows old with his family, and watches the planet's decline as it succumbs to environmental disaster. Unlike other episodes where Picard exerts command or negotiates peace, here he's vulnerable and deeply human. He mourns, he loves, he learns to let go of his old identity. He isn't Captain Picard in this world. He's just Cameron, a man trying to live a good life amid forces beyond his control. By the time Picard wakes aboard the Enterprise, only a few minutes have passed. But to him, he's lived a full lifetime. The emotional shock of returning to reality is immense. As he clutches the flute, a real one, the probe left behind, there's no question, Jean-Luc Picard has been transformed. Emotional evolution. Before The Inner Light, Picard was often portrayed as a man who kept his emotions at bay. He was thoughtful, composed, and deeply moral, but rarely let his guard down. His aversion to children and romantic entanglements, his formal relationship with the crew, and his obsession with duty painted a picture of a man who had sacrificed much for command. But after Catan, something changed. The Inner Light gave Picard a glimpse into a quieter, more personal existence, one rich with family, music, and emotional connection. His experience gave him a deeper appreciation for the parts of life he had previously walled off. The wistful way he gazes at the flute in future episodes, like Lessons, where he begins a relationship with LT. Commander Nella Darren shows that he's now more open to love, art, and vulnerability. This emotional growth was subtle but lasting. It softened Picard's rigid boundaries. It reminded him, and us, that leadership isn't just about logic and command. It's also about empathy and lived experience. A legacy beyond time. What makes The Inner Light so unique is how it transcends Star Trek's usual storytelling. There are no starships firing torpedoes or time travel paradoxes to solve. Instead, the drama unfolds in the intimacy of Cameron's home, in the quiet growth of a family, and the sorrow of impending planetary doom. This quiet, lyrical episode resonates precisely because it is about something universal, the meaning of life, legacy, and love. The episode also redefined the stakes for Picard. As a Starfleet captain, he was used to fighting wars or defending the Prime Directive. But in Catan, he couldn't save the planet. All he could do was live well and ensure the story of his adopted people would be remembered. The probe was not a weapon or warning. It was a time capsule, a plea from a lost civilization asking to be remembered. And it worked. That weight of memory stayed with Picard. In Star Trek, Picard, the series that revisits him decades later, echoes of The Inner Light are still present. He's now an older man who's lived with the ghost of Catan for much of his life. The themes of legacy, loss, and remembrance are central to his character arc in the later show, further proving just how pivotal this one episode was. Patrick Stewart's tour de force. Much of the episode's power comes from Patrick Stewart's masterful performance. Watching him transition from confusion to acceptance, from grief to peace, is like watching a symphony. Without alien makeup or action scenes, Stewart delivers one of the finest performances in science fiction television. His portrayal of Cameron is restrained but deeply moving, giving us a new lens through which to view Jean-Luc Picard. Life he